Hey, this is being live streamed in front of a live audience. Welcome to Crashing Game Night. My name is Matt Diorio, your host. As always, I am joined by the Beanied One, who I have to give condolences here to in a minute, Gerard Barrera.
Wait a minute. Are we live? We're live. That was funny. What's up, nerds? That's right. We're live. We're live and alive and high five, baby. We in. What's up?
And joining us is the maitre d' services, the man with the couch, the Lions mane, Jason Valerio.
How's it going, guys? How's it going tonight? Oh my goodness, this week.
Already.
Dude.
Already.
No, I mean not person, but I'm just like, it is.
Dude, it's a lot. This last
buddy,
couple
I
of
am
days
ready.
is a lot to
My
unpack.
body is ready. My mind is not. But
We
my
got
body
some,
is ready.
apparently we got some news.
Yeah, so
We got some news going now.
we'll have folks that are joining us here on Twitch and listening. Stick around because we're gonna be talking about that the scrum, the dust up that is going on with Bayonetta 3 here.
High fives, everybody. High five. There you go.
Yeah.
High five.
But first, I want to put this out there to all the fans in the National League, of all those fans with 100-win teams that aren't in the playoffs anymore.
Yo, bro.
My condolences. Jerry. And this one stings. Jerry, this one stings a little bit that it was the Padres that knocked the Dodgers out. That hurts.
It's still
really
a California
hurts.
team, but
No, it's
the Padres.
It's the Padres, though, man.
Come on.
Like, you know that rivalry is like.
I know. It hurts.
Yeah.
So
it hurts.
yeah, it is.
It was a little rough. It was just like, I had another buddy telling me, and I was like, wait, what? I had to check. I was just.
Damn. Yeah, so it's going to be Padres and Phillies, and then tonight the Yankees knocked off Cleveland in game 5, so they're going to go face the Astros. So but yeah, Jerry, that one hurt a little bit, that it was the Padres that knocked off the Dodgers. I just
yeah, it was a bummer.
So yeah, but other than that, it's been a busy week for me. Had another shoot this past weekend. So yeah, so definitely keeping busy there.
Nice.
And I did want to put this out to everybody. It feels good to be back. Like I was telling Jerry this, it just something a week ago just snapped into place, and I am back to my photographic self. So great. But Jason,
it sucks when you lay dormant that creative part of you and that creative gene that like you love, because like, dude, from your work and all that, it like you can tell you really enjoy it, but like I went through the same thing. That's why I encouraged you, bro. I did the same thing.
3.5 years.
Yeah.
Since
and it's rough. And like
July.
It really does eat away at you, especially when you see other people doing it. And then that gets the brain going where like, oh man, I would have used this, or I would have like, so, and then it's just, So
I'm gonna be
that's good.
I've already got 2 shoots for November already. One of which is gonna be there in Cali.
Yeah.
So,
right on.
Looking forward to that.
Hopefully you got my text, Matt. I know you got my text, and Jerry and Theo saw it. Like,
dude, no.
Yes, sir. Sir. Don't worry.
It's coming home. Yeah, folks. We're gonna be gearing up the trash talking a little bit more over the next couple of weeks.
Oh yeah, we're under a month. We're under a month.
Not even. We are 2.5 weeks, Jason.
Yeah,
2.5 weeks, and we be out there. So
listen, you hear that, viewers? 2.5 weeks till I reclaim the Monopoly belt from Jerry.
3-time champ. 3-time champ.
Real quick, before we kind of get started tonight, I do want to send out a a very happiest of birthdays to a member of the CGN family, one Drew Kreisman. Today is his birthday.
Yo, yo,
So he's out
yo. Big
celebrating with a dinner
Happy
with
birthday.
his newlywed wife.
Nice.
Yeah, nice. Happy birthday,
So,
bro.
yeah.
Happy
so-
birthday. Congratulations.
happy birthday to Drew.
Celebrate.
He's
Have
taken-
fun.
Being that the Rockies aren't in it right now and it was an abysmal season, he's taking a little bit of time off to recharge the batteries and get ready
Nice.
for another season. Because I know. So yeah, so as we talk about some things tonight, this episode is aptly called The Replacement, starring Bayonetta, because it is.
I think this is one of the rare times we actually know what we're going to title it. That's so great.
Now,
It really is. It's very rare when we know.
Now, everybody that may not know the reference, there is the movie The Replacements, starring one Keanu Reeves, where there's a bunch of scrub football players that are replacement players during a football season for the pros. Well, tonight we got replacements around because we will be talking some Bayonetta here quite extensively, because it has been a
The
big
hot topic.
dust up and the hot
Dang.
topic the last couple of days.
I heard nothing about this, so
And it has
sir.
escalated. It has escalated badly.
It has escalated a lot.
No way.
A lot.
So, but I want to start off with the first replacement for tonight that we're going to talk about is, I hate to say it's in the Marvel universe, but it's Harrison Ford is going to be joining
Oh yeah.
the MCU
I mean-
as one Thunderbolt Ross.
Well, yeah, they needed
Because
to.
unfortunately William
Yeah.
Hurt passed away.
Oh, man,
And
that
I
was a
think
rough
that's
day
gonna,
too.
I think that's going to be missed because, one, he's a phenomenal actor, but two, he was Thunderbolt Ross. He really was.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's certainly. I mean, it's a replaceable character. I mean, I'm certainly gonna miss what William Hurt brought to it.
Mhm.
But this is like quite exciting because I mean, it's Harrison Ford,
And
man.
There's already rumor abound that we're going to get the Red Hulk. which
That's
is
highly
Thunderbolt Ross.
possible, but and quite soon because he was slated for like 3 movies, I believe, which were
the new Captain America,
Captain America,
and then one of
more.
the Avenger movies.
Keep it down. Keep it down.
I'm just laughing. I'm just
Okay.
laughing. You don't
All
have
right.
to know what I'm saying.
I
but
know.
You just hear me
I
laugh. Just
already
hear me
know.
laugh. Slated for,
Um,
and then just hear me laugh,
now,
man. Just don't
on
gotta
the
say
other
it anymore.
on the other side of the fence is the DCU, EU, which they haven't cast it yet, but they're going to have to now, especially because now Ezra Miller is now facing 26 years in prison for his shenanigans.
They made the announcement about that.
But no, it's one of those things. We know that they were already talking about replacing him. Now it's going to be a for sure thing because
it's because they
that,
announced another project and they
Mhm.
said that they will be looking for a replacement for Ezra Miller.
Yep.
But the Flash movie is still going to be released, I believe.
we need to see that because I want.
I just want. Come on,
I
give
want
me.
Henry
Yeah, give me
Cavill.
one.
Give me Soups. That's yeah.
Oh, he's not going to be in that.
No, that's what's going around right now is that he's got the end credit scene in Black Adam,
Yeah.
and that he actually shows up in the Flash, and you see Supergirl and Superman together.
Oh, cool. Because
So-
you know that they did just announce that Cavill got a sequel. They're doing
Yeah.
Man of Steel too.
That is
And it's deserved.
official.
Oh yeah,
what-
and I've been waiting for it. I like Man of Steel.
My only thing was the whole killing Zod, which was against kind of his character, but at the same time is you understand why. It shows part of his
But-
humanity.
Yeah, I mean, you do
Yeah,
see,
I
like,
mean
a lot of-
he couldn't let him kill those people. Like he was in a no-win situation. It just sucks that they put that in the movie.
Yeah, well, I mean, like you have to like give it that spice. You got to give it that
True,
like, oh my
true.
goodness.
But this is where I think a lot of the
Mhm.
DCU, or like not the DCU, but a lot of the DC fans have a problem with the Snyderverse, is because that was a real life
darker.
scenario that I felt. Yeah, they
Mhm.
really are going for hardcore realism in a real life scenario, which is totally cool. It gives DC a little bit more life, but it's not for everybody.
No,
I mean,
and
like
it
if you go
sucks.
page for page, it's it's going to be a
Mhm.
little bit too, I don't want to say predictable, but predictable. You know, it is
Oh,
going to be, it
absolutely.
is going to be like, oh, like that is exact word for word. There are things that are, yes, like it should be because it's great
But this is the
illustration, it's
problem where
great
people.
storytelling.
This is where the people have a problem,
Mhm.
like adapting, being a purist to like, okay, they need to adapt it for film.
Yeah,
Things are going to change,
and of
somewhat.
course, that's where it needs to happen. And like, Man of Steel, Killing Zod, that has to happen because there's a little bit of that
I
adaptation, a little bit of like, oh my goodness, what's going to happen next? What are you going to do for the next one if they do, which they will? And it's the best example for both of you
do
guys because you
you
both love it is Uncharted. It's not scene for scene. You get those iconic moments.
oh
You
yeah.
get those like perfect like wall shot,
Mhm.
like oh my goodness, like that's how Uncharted started.
Can
Like
we
Yeah.
do we finally get Brainiac as a villain on screen?
I
I
mean,
mean,
like
that's possible.
there's a
It's still
lot.
possible with the Justice League movie because
Yeah.
technically,
Yeah.
I mean, it just depends on
Darkseid
where.
can show up in the
Yeah,
sequel.
I was about
We
to say
saw
it
that
just
Dark
depends
That
Side.
where
window is
you
open.
have like where do you have the DCU
I,
like going and where like who can you put in, who can you not,
we
who's
I
going to be
think
the
we
big
missed
bad.
I think they missed an opportunity on the biggest bad though, because to do it, I would have been great to see it done right as Doomsday.
I mean, it could be the
Mm,
next Justice League.
Second big bad to me.
Who's the big? Lex?
Darkseid.
Oh, Darkseid's more for
No, if you're
Justice
thinking
League. I'm
like
talking just Man of
within
Steel.
like film, like Man of Steel.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah, I would say like Darkseid and then Lex.
Yeah.
Or even better, have them both in the movie and both done right.
Who do you recast
right.
as who do you
Lex.
recast as Lex?
I mean,
well,
dude, I liked Mark
get-
Strong, but they used him in Shazam.
can we get Michael Rosenbaum? Just saying.
See, I'd totally be down because dude, I'm with everybody else, dude. He was still one of the best Lex Luthors,
He is the
or
best.
young Lex Luthors. If
Young
people
Lex.
wanna
I still
agree,
Gene Hackman is still Lex.
Uh,
Like Kevin Spacey
he
was
had
great.
a good he had a good essence of Lex.
Spacey was great too as Lex though, but
You don't
once
want
again,
Jesse
I
Eisenberg?
think they focused on one characteristic
of
Lex Luthor.
Lex instead of the whole.
Hackman
whole
was very
show.
like sarcastic, witty, kind of funny. Spacey went sarcastic, but like maniacal, hellbent, right?
Yep.
Like he's all of that, but he was also a bodybuilder because he wanted to kind of like have a physically matched body to Superman to be comparable to him in every way, and that's why he was awesome. He's always best depicted in the animated stuff.
And then real quick, talking about Smallville.
And yes, Jesse Eisenberg sucked, bro.
You don't want I was about to say you don't want him. I mean, like, yo, bro, like
no, Jesse Eisenberg sucked
no.
as Lex.
Like, don't get me wrong. He researched Lex Luthor, but he went to
there's
he was
rumor
technically teenager Lex Luthor.
There's rumor that
movie.
he's the clone. He's actually the LEXX Lex clone, which he's locked up in.
That'd be a good save.
Arkham right now. That'd be a great save. But
that'd be a great save. But I would still recast.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I like Jesse Eisenberg too.
Real quick,
just
talking about Smallville. One Superman, Tom Welling, actually was announced this past week that he is going to be Samuel Campbell in the Supernatural prequel.
He's the granddad.
Yeah,
he's grandpa.
He's the granddad.
That's insane. That's cool.
I don't know how I'm going to be able to it's going to be hard to reconcile the two because we are going through Supernatural right now. So
that's awesome.
Samuel Campbell is fresh in my mind right now in Supernatural. So it's going to be interesting seeing Tom Welling back, but I love Tom Welling and I would have loved to have seen him go on to be in the suit in a Justice League movie like they originally wanted to. But I saw an interview of his that he said the whole reason they never showed him actually in the suit the entire time was because it was in his contract. He had it actually built in his contract that he would not do the suit and wires. And there was a point where they tried to get him to do it, and he said, "Go talk to your lawyers," because he wasn't going to do it.
No way.
Yeah.
So he just
So-
didn't want to do wire work and stuff like that, but
He just didn't want. I think he was more about building the character, and
That's cool.
and seeing Superman grow up, and that's why we
Yeah.
didn't see the actual suit until the last episode of the series. So,
at least he gave it to it at the end of the series though, because that was fire.
right,
That was
that
awesome.
I love that.
And
was
it
just
really,
like, here
it
I
really
am.
did leave everyone like, dude, like, would you come back? Would you do like you in the suit now? Everyone wanted it at that moment.
Yep.
Yeah, it was cool.
So, all right, let's talk gaming news. We got a little bit of news to get out of the way before we talk about Jason's-
but one
Mm.
thing. I'm sorry, I forgot his name. The actor who played Hagrid from Harry Potter.
Oh yeah,
is because we lost him.
Robbie Coltrane
Coltrane. Yes, Mr. Coltrane. Thank you.
passed away.
totally
Yeah,
blanked.
Oh,
So sad. I mean, that's a legend
Hagrid
is
passed
gone.
away.
But
See that
man,
one.
Hagrid.
yeah. Totally that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like barely. It was like it dropped for news and then it was gone real super quick because hate to say it, Bayonetta blew up everything.
Oh, there you go.
So
Segue.
no, we're gonna leave that to the back end of the show.
Oh,
because-
okay.
So G4. So G4 came back a year ago.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh. Is it still
I
back?
can't believe it
No,
came
no.
back a year
Hold on.
ago, man. Like it
Came
doesn't
back a year
feel like
ago. Danny Pena, friend of the podcast, host of Gamertag Radio, podcaster Hall of Fame, and now author because he authored a children's book.
Oh, sick.
And anyways, G4 is officially done.
Oh man.
You know,
So they
really?
laid off a significant amount of people.
Yeah.
A couple, about 4 or 6 weeks ago.
Yeah.
But what's worse is most of the staff didn't get to see the memo before it broke online. A lot of them found out via Twitter because Deadline got a hold of the memo and put it out, and it got, of course, picked up by, the bigger news guys, Warrior 64, Nibelheim. But it reads, as you know, G4 was reintroduced last year to tap into the popularity of gaming. We invested to create the new G4 as an online and TV destination for fans to be entertained, be inspired, and connect with gaming content. Over the past several months, we worked hard to generate that interest in G4, but viewership is low, and the network has not achieved sustainable financial results. This is certainly not what we hoped for, and as a result, we have made the very difficult decision to discontinue G4's operations effective immediately.
Damn.
They did this on the weekend, mind you. I know this is
Wow.
disappointing news, and I'm disappointed too. I want to thank you and everyone on the G4 team for the hard work and commitment to the network. Our human resources team is reaching out to you to provide you with support, discuss other opportunities that may be available, and answer any questions you may have. Thank you again for all your hard work for G4. Sincerely, Dave Scott, Chairman and CEO, Comcast Spectator. So here's the thing: is we were all kind of excited, to hear. A lot of people were excited that G4 was coming back. I think it was a bad move to bring back G4 because you're in a day and age now with YouTube and Twitch that you have so many content creators out there talking news and everything like that. Yeah, they had some cool interviews and guests and whatnot, but it's a much different time to try and do the same thing that you were doing when you really didn't have the popularity as much as Twitch and as YouTube is now.
I think it would have been a smarter move if they partnered up with someone like IGN or someone.
Yeah.
Something.
They would not survive standalone again.
No.
A lot of it was just
That
the
sucks,
nostalgia,
man.
the nostalgia factor of it, and if they did, which they did, do a lot of the old school stuff that they did constantly, which was like, that's cool, but yeah, to your point, Matt, a lot of content creators, are doing very similar things, and it just didn't have the big splash that it has always had.
Yeah.
And it was a bad move, honestly, to do it during and at the end of a global pandemic, you know, that is it's just a bad move, you know, like
Mhm.
it's a bold move, Cotton, but it did not turn out the way that it wanted to.
And honestly, like I didn't really pay that much attention other than when Danny posted stuff about an interview that he had with Giancarlo Esposito and stuff like that, right? But other than that, I didn't go to G4. Like I have other gaming news content creators that I
I
follow.
only ever followed them on TikTok.
Yeah.
Or I would watch some of their YouTube videos, but that was the thing though. Like, yeah, you're right. Like they did all the same things. I was really kind of underwhelmed because I was hoping with a new fresh crew, you know, they'd kind of be like testing the waters, doing something different. But
yeah, but I think I know because like you know the last thing when I remembered of G4 was that they would go into the cons, they would go into like a lot of the expo halls that you know were either A, industry only, or B, people couldn't get access to, or like you know it's a super popular event, you know.
that was the other thing. They had access.
Gamescom, like I think they did Anime Expo one year, like you know they did a lot of the big cons, and they were like cruising around and they're giving a lot of people their time, you know, the indies, the majors, everybody. And the biggest thing was they're not going to any cons because everything was locked down, everything was either online or not available, you know, like barely last year we started having things. And you know it's you send G4 over there and everyone's got to get tested, everyone's got to be like, oh, I don't want to go because you know it's a mass public event and people could get a super spreader, etc., etc. That's what G4 missed a lot, and that's what they're known for. That's what they put a lot of effort into, and you missed it, and you started airing at the wrong time.
And I think part of it is it's not. I don't think it's the personality, because the personalities in and of themselves,
they had talent.
Amazing.
Are
totally
great.
That's what surprised me too.
The completionist. I can't remember his name. God, it's blanking. But the guy that basically he was at Nintendo's E3 Mario Maker Championship back in 2019. The guy is the guy with the beard.
I know you're talking about.
You brought back Sessler. You had Danny Pena. I mean, there were so many good people.
Dude, Kofi or
Austin Creed.
wrestler.
Austin Creed,
Xavier the wrestler. Woods. Yeah.
Xavier Woods.
Xavier Woods.
You know, he was on there. You know, so in and of themselves, the pieces were great, but as a whole,
they had some good talent on there.
You brought it back as something that was from the past in a day and age where it doesn't necessarily work because of.
Well, I don't even know if it was so dated. I don't.
Yeah,
I think the biggest thing was more on Jason's point that they just didn't have a presence. Yeah. They like the thing that I kept seeing from them were their videos of them podcasting, like discussions, doing like somewhat activities during like one of their shows, which was a talk show.
Yeah.
With the same people.
Yep.
Their TikToks and like pretty much reviews. And that's the other thing that I was like, I remember them at they did have a presence at Comic-Con, kind of small though. And you're kind of right, Jason. I was like, but I don't remember them really covering anything else other than like their talk show or their podcast.
Yeah.
And again, I just feel it was the wrong time. If they did it maybe now-ish, it would be able to go forward because they can go
think they would have been at least to sustain like if they had like just more of a presence, if they got out more. Like,
well, no, because like once you set up G4 and you have a G4 like shirt and you have like somebody recording, you know, it's good. They're going to be like, oh my God, G4, and they remember, and then they're going to be like how they were 10, 15 years ago. 10, 15 years ago when they're like, oh yeah, we're at like PAX East, you know, and like we're going to these vendors, we're going to these booths, what's the new games, like how, like show us something good.
Like interviewing indies and
know,
stuff like that. Like
I just think
Yeah.
it's, people consume media so much differently now than what they did when G4 was around originally.
Agreed. And I think that's why,
And
like, that's what helped kill them, because they kept doing like the same as everybody else, but the other people that are doing it are doing a little bit of something different.
Differently.
Or
Yep.
yeah,
so
that's a bummer, man.
I mean, my thoughts go out to the, everyone that was impacted, because it really was a
Yeah,
crappy
people
way
are
to
losing
find
their
out.
jobs. It sucks.
You found out you just lost your job on Twitter. I mean,
Yeah, that sucks.
it's shitty. You
That's
let
a little bit of
you let the media know
Yeah,
what the memo
that's
is
rough,
before
dude.
really telling your staff.
Like,
So I think
I mean,
was pretty
really, like,
crappy.
yeah, put yourself in their shoes. Like, I would just
Yeah.
be so, I'd be
Pissed.
so pissed.
Yeah.
I'm like, really, man? Like, I'd
Yep.
be so pissed.
So
It sucks.
before we get to the main event, PlayStation did drop some news about the PlayStation DualSense Edge controller.
Oh yeah. Looks good.
And it is going to be here you go. So it is their customizable controller, just like Xbox has their controller. So it is going to be launching globally on January 26th. It is going to retail for $199.99.
Sweet. That makes sense.
Half the price of a all digital PS5.
You're talking about, this is a controller, right? Just one.
This is
controller?
one controller.
Controller. Oh my God.
$200.
But how much
Oh
are
my
the
God.
custom Xbox controllers? They're like 160.
Oh my God. I mean,
Yeah.
like, bro, like $200 for a controller though, like.
And then the stick replacements are going to be $20.
But it's a customizable controller.
I mean, like, really though?
Basically, what
Like,
you're going to get in the box is you're going to get the DualSense Edge wireless controller, a braided
just
USB,
like the Elites.
Couple of different cap sets, 2 half-dome back buttons, 2 lever back buttons, connector housing, and carrying case.
Yeah. Yeah. I will not. I would want this, but I will not buy this iteration. I will wait for the price to drop and for their themed one, if they do come out with one.
So the Elite controller is $155 currently right now on the Microsoft Store.
like I just
Yeah,
I
$50
just can't,
cheaper.
man. Like,
Yeah.
That is
like
some.
this-
That's. I mean, still. I mean, even for a custom controller, like.
I mean, I get it because it's
I get
more,
the price.
It's more
It's
like
still
customizable
a lot,
stuff.
but I kind of
But
still
I mean,
get the
this
price.
this honestly feels like an I stand. Like this is just like, give me your money. Like just
Yeah.
fork over money because you're just wanting to get a different product. Like I feel like Sony just took a page out of Apple's book and just said, "Hey, you know what?
It kind of sucks because like
let's just
like,
send you something that you have that just looks
Well,
different and
hold on,
charge you
let me
double."
rewind that. So that is the Elite wireless controller series 2 is normally 180. It's on sale for 155. And then you've got the Elite wireless controller series 2 core, which is a white controller with black, is 130.
It's just a controller. My God, like Joy-Cons are like
$80 for a pair.
you get 2 Joy-Cons. That's 2 players. $80. Different colors. Okay, cool. Because then, if you go somewhere
the
else.
only time I would spend that much for a controller like that was if it was like my absolute favorite game themed controller. I would do that. But
the only time I would spend
need.
that much for a controller is if someone else bought it for me. Then I'd be like, "Hey, I'll give you $5."
Here's real quick. So here is that core white.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
So
for 130.
how much are okay? So how much are so we have a comparison, just to give all the listeners out there, what is the price of a regular controller for like Xbox 3? What is this series?
Standard.
2,
Okay,
3?
so it's depending on which one you get. It's roughly $65-$70 for an actual
$70
Xbox
for
core.
a wireless controller.
Yeah.
let's say $70 wireless controller. Xbox, what about PlayStation? 70 as well?
DualSense controllers are what, 70?
Yeah.
70, I think.
70,
69.99, I
70.
think.
So you're
Or, no,
paying
70,
three
yeah.
times the amount for the same thing. Just possible.
So you can have some back
custom-
triggers.
What?
So for me, the pricing, I get it why you're wanting to do it, because it's a premium, and let's put it in quotation, a premium controller. So you're going to charge a premium price, air quotes. Well, air quote. No, but the thing is when we look at that comparison that we just did, right? If you want the white and black Elite controller, which is their customizable version, it's $130. So you're $70 more. Yes, it's a DualSense and you've got the haptics and whatnot. But when it boils down to it, to Jason's point, it's a controller. And when you're charging half the cost of what your all digital model is, that it's probably going to be roughly $400 for that new variant they're going to come out with that has a detachable hard drive. You're looking half the cost of a system.
See, that's an item
So-
that like you splurge on Black Friday if you can.
When
But
it's
like
$5 off.
Bro, like
But like, see, that's honestly something I would really consider getting, but it would have to be themed at my favorite like game, and like it would have to be like the greatest Black Friday deal. Like
okay, this is where I get like
frustrated.
frustrated, because yes, like I am a fighting game, as you guys know. I like playing
Yep.
fighting games. I'm not
Yeah.
the greatest at it, but I like playing them. You can get a
Okay,
fully
first of all, that's a lie because Street Fighter, he's a goat. Don't downplay it, bro.
But like you can get a fully customizable fight stick for not even 150.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's like that's why you're getting literally a DualSense controller that is the same thing for $50 more. I'm like, wait, is this supposed to be like, I can feel people breathing like through that?
Well, the main thing
DualSense,
for
am
those
I gonna-
controllers are for like the hardcore like streamers and pros that that need the the quick reloads and like that are the mainly
quick-
the first person
bro,
shooters
like-
and all that stuff.
Dude, they're already using aimbots. Why do they need anything like that?
Yeah, it's not even that. It's
So,
just like, like
I'm just saying that's where their market where they're thinking their market is. Like once again, I mean it's insane, but I get it.
like I said, they took a page from Apple. Just resell the thing, just give it a different name, and let's charge triple for it.
No,
As much as I love Apple, you're partially right.
you're partially right.
I'll take
completely.
partial because like I said, just take a page, not the book, the
Right.
iBook, the iPage of Apple.
They also already made
right.
that too.
So,
They make everything.
all right, let's talk about a game that Jason's been waiting for a while.
Oh
now.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's do this.
Break my heart.
All right,
Go ahead
so-
and break my heart. Go ahead and break my heart.
All right, so for those that tuned in last week, that we talked about Jennifer Hale taking over as the voice of Bayonetta for Bayonetta 3.
Yeah.
This weekend, the only way to describe it is that Helena Teller, who was the voice of Bayonetta for 1 and 2, decided to play Worms and toss a holy hand grenade into this whole thing and drop a concrete donkey onto it, because she went out on Twitter and posted not 1, not 2, but 4 videos. The first of which basically said, hey, I'm not going to be the voice, calling Platinum Games liars because Platinum said it was just a scheduling conflict. That's why they went with Jennifer Hale. She then went on to say that basically all the fans need to boycott the game completely because she's not the voice, which we all know that, there's an entire dev team that's been working on this game for years. They put a lot of hard work into this. And she went on to say that she was only offered $4,000 after writing a letter to the producer of the game, that she was only offered 4,000 US. Okay.
Mhm.
Now, this is her spin on some things. Okay. And then she went on to say that Jennifer Hale will never be Bayonetta because Helena is Bayonetta. She's the one that developed the character's voice.
Mhm.
Now, keep in mind, this is only the English dubbing. She's not the Japanese
Yeah, she's not the
version of Bayonetta.
Japanese.
She's just the English version. So let's preface that, right? And she said that Jennifer Hale will have no right to be able to say that she is Bayonetta, and it would be essentially backstabbing to say, hey, I am Bayonetta, and sign merchandise as Bayonetta and all of that crap.
I don't. Okay,
So
it's so messed up.
it is. And basically, in a roundabout way, kind of called out her fans to kind of backlash against Jennifer Hale. Okay. Now
That's absurd.
it is absurd. Because we're going to get into this on a lot of back and forth. And I think on anything like this, I think the truth is always somewhere in between. One person saying one thing, the studio saying another, right?
Many
Now,
parts of the puzzle, man. Many parts of the puzzle.
correct.
Well, I mean, I would say the biggest problem is, the studio.
Hold on, it gets better. Hold on,
Slow it down, Jerry.
Okay,
Slow it down.
okay, okay.
I know I want to jump in as much as you do. But
Okay.
I want to jump in as much too, but
Oof.
more came out this weekend and all that. And
okay,
now
okay,
also
okay.
Helena also said, screw the NDA that
Yeah.
she signed in regards to this. So she broke NDA to
bad.
talk,
She did.
which is one of those things that we know could make her unhireable, being that she broke NDA. Okay. We all know what would happen to us if we broke NDA. I mean, it would be done. So Jennifer Hale, the consummate professional that she has been throughout her entire career, and we'll look at that here in a second too, so we can look at the bigger picture, right? Is that she said, she put this out on Twitter, with regard to Bayonetta 3, as a longtime member of the voice acting community, I support every actor's right to be paid well and have advocated consistently for this for years. Anyone who knows me has followed my career will know that I have great respect for my peers and that I am an advocate for all members of the community. I am under an NDA and am not at liberty to speak regarding the situation. My reputation speaks for itself. I sincerely ask that everyone keep in mind that this game has been created by an entire team of hardworking, dedicated people, and I hope everyone will keep an open mind about what they've created. Finally, I hope that everyone involved may resolve their differences in an amicable and respectful way, with love and respect to you all, Jennifer Hale. So to compound this, Jason Schreier with Bloomberg dropped a bomb today. That they reached out to Platinum Games and got a statement, and this has been corroborated by a secondary company altogether outside of Bloomberg, has no relation by VGC or VGS rather. And they corroborated this, that she was initially they did offer one amount. She came back and said, no, this isn't good enough. So they went back and said, we're going to offer you $4,000 per session, with it being about 5 sessions. So this would have been like a $20K payout.
Mhm.
Okay. Now keep in mind, she made about $250 per session doing the first games.
Yeah.
Okay. So this would have been a massive pay increase per session for her.
Mhm.
Apparently, according to the article, she asked for a 6-figure salary and residuals.
Yeah.
Let that sink in. A 6-figure salary with residuals. Now, when it comes to the grand scheme of things, just to put this in perspective, Jason Schreier has been doing this for a very, very long time. He has his sources that he never reveals, and as any good journalist will do, they will never reveal their sources.
Of course.
But his articles are always dead on. And when there's smoke, there's fire, and whatnot.
So not only are
Um,
you asking for a six-figure paycheck for the work, but also more potentially more millions of dollars from the residuals.
And she's saying that, because Bayonetta as a series has supposedly made $450 million between sales and merchandise, which I can't corroborate that. I dug today.
I don't
believe
so.
that 450 million because they've only sold roughly 1.5 million copies of Bayonetta 1 and 2 on the multiple platforms they've been on. And even if you multiply that out by 60 per copy, you're not even close to 450.
Yeah. I mean, like, if she said 250, I would have been like, okay, that's a
maybe
possibility.
150, 200. I would have ballparked it better at that route.
Well, because I mean, like,
they're getting
250 still would have been possible because you're on PlayStation 3, you're on PlayStation Store, you're on Nintendo and Nintendo Switch. So you're like, okay, like,
and there's certainly that set amount of fans for this franchise.
Yeah,
I mean, that's why obviously why it's still alive.
There's merchandise that is doable, and obviously she is the original Step on Me queen, which a lot of people are dubbing, and it's I see 250.
I haven't heard that before.
I haven't heard that before either, but I want to put this
so
out there. So when we're looking at the grander scheme of things, because everyone started attacking Jennifer Hale because they're like, well, you knew this situation was going on. You knew you were auditioning for this. You know what? A lot of, and I've talked to some of our voice actor friends, is that a lot of them don't know that they're going into audition for a particular role.
Yeah.
And she's part of the union. Helena's part of the union, so she should have been able to negotiate rates or whatever.
She's going in for a job. She got hired for that job. The studio decided to go another way.
And this is where
how they handled it, they mishandled the situation.
No, don't get me wrong.
Did the original voice actress mishandle the situation? Yes.
So this is where I say where Jennifer Hale's reputation precedes her, and this is where you kind of have to give her a little bit more weight. So here's IMDb for Helena Taylor.
I'm just ready to just like, have Matt say, Jason, what are your thoughts? Because I'll let you go. I'll let you go, Matt. I'll let you go. But
real quick,
once you say that key sentence.
Don't worry, I'm just prefacing. I'm giving all the information.
Yeah, exactly.
We're balanced.
Exactly.
So let's look at this. She has 24 credits to her name, going back to 92. Okay. She was, in Blazing Angels 2 as additional voices, Pirates of the Caribbean,
TV, which was really huge back in the day. She was the main character.
She was, she was in Golden Compass, as the parrot for Eva Green, Valkyrie Profile, and then Bayonetta in 2009, Dragon Age Origins as one of the side characters. Multiple characters, but it was more the NPC characters, right? Then she did the Bayonetta.
The Bayonetta Gauntlet
the anime Bloody Fate, and then you have Anarchy Reigns, which is a Sega multiplayer game. You've got the Smash Brothers, she's Bayonetta 2. She hasn't done anything. She has no acting credits credited to her for 8 years. As far as
that 6 figures is a big ask.
Now let's go look at Jennifer Hale. Okay. She has been in 472 projects.
Dude, she's an X-Men in 97.
Yeah, I saw that, Jared, and I'm like, ooh, okay.
Awesome.
Hold on, we're gonna go. So let's go all the way back to 98. She's been,
Jesus, dude.
She was Sonya Blade in Mortal Kombat: The Journey Begins. It was a video, and then she was Spider-Woman in the Iron Man animated show, Wing Commander, X-Wing versus.
Oh man, she was in Savage Dragon. Awesome. Yeah. I remember that cartoon.
She is one of her most famous roles, honestly, is Commander Shepard in Mass Effect. She's done Metal Gear Solid.
Oh wow.
You know, you just look at her entire history. You know,
she has the credits to prove it. We're just in 2001 right now.
Yeah. And we're still going.
She has the credits. She deserves it. And once again, she was going in for a job.
Which I didn't know this until I was looking at this. She is the bounty hunter herself, Samus Aran, at Metroid Prime. She wasn't credited for it, but she is the voice of Samus. Sweet. She's the voice of Rogue in X-Men.
Oh, sweet.
Wolverine's
X-Men?
Revenge.
Oh, I love that game.
You know,
bring back that game. Remake.
She is also Bastila in Niceville Republic.
Oh, sick.
You know, so we're just in 2004. Like, we're still going. So for people to attack Jennifer's credibility is
clearly didn't do their research.
I mean, when it comes to like the who's who of voicing
she was
games,
in Mercenaries too.
I mean, you have Ashley Birch, you have Jennifer Hale, you have Tara Strong, and you have Grey Delisle. That is like the Mount Rushmore of voicing games right there, you know.
Oh man, she's doing great too.
Yeah. She was, you know, Marvel vs. Capcom, voice of Phoenix. You know, sick. Jean Grey.
Ooh, Uncharted 3.
I mean, you just look. I mean, we're finally into. She's Palmer in Halo.
Halo 4. Yeah.
You know, and
Bioshock Infinite. Oh, sick.
Yeah.
She was Hot Girl.
This is
Killer Frost.
Hmm? So, with that said,
yeah, come on, come on, guys. Do your research.
Jason.
Yep.
What do you think?
bro. I'm gonna bring the mic a little bit closer to you, bro. This is what I think, honestly.
Because you are our resident Bayonetta.
Yeah. Honestly, like
our resident.
I don't know how long the negotiations were. That's the first thing.
Right.
You know, because that is the smoking gun, in my opinion. How long were the negotiations? Because I do believe that they should have put out for Helen Taylor. They should have put out for.
They did. So she did come in an audition too, and apparently, according to her, she passed with flying colors. So they were willing to bring her back at $4,000 per session.
Yeah, and but I think honestly, you are putting out a third game, right? Technically fourth, but third in this series, and you need that actress. It's like, how do you do Mario without Charles? You know, you get Chris Pratt. You know,
hold on, but that's not a great analogy because it is Jennifer Hale. But it's a
perfect analogy. It's a perfect analogy, honestly, because this is where I'm going. This is where I'm going.
Okay, I'm waiting. I want to listen. Yeah.
So I'm putting that analogy out just because there are some things that you cannot recast. There are some things that you cannot unhear in this world. You know, Bayonetta is literally Helena Taylor. You know, for literally a decade, she has been Bayonetta. You know, we even looked at the IMDb, you know, back when she was first Bayonetta, all the way to now. She has literally played Bayonetta. So what do you think? She's pretty much Bayonetta. Charles has been Mario for literally a lifetime.
Decades, yeah.
And he is still Mario. You know, there are some people you don't recast. There are some people you just say, you know what? Let's negotiate a little bit longer. We can't give you this, but you know, I don't know. Again, I don't know how long the negotiations.
That would be like recasting Nolan North.
It's literally recasting Nolan North for Uncharted. Literally recasting.
Another example. Kiefer Sutherland and what was it? Dan Lynch, I think, or whatever, the original voice of Solid Snake.
Yeah. Like you cannot lose these characters. It might be the first and last. I mean, it might be the last game that they put out. Who knows? But you cannot lose this character. You cannot lose this voice because as soon as all the people are going to hear it instantly. I heard it instantly, and I didn't even watch like the full trailer. I was like, oh my god, like it's a different voice actress because it's not the same.
Mhm.
It is close, but it's not the same. You know, it's like having
Mhm.
somebody else be Black Panther. You can't. You know, there's no way.
No.
There's no way. So you have to kind of bend a little bit. Yes, what she probably was asking for was too much, but the negotiations still had to like take place.
And we
You
don't know
had to
what
have.
those.
We
And
don't.
nobody
We don't
said what
know.
the
True.
full negotiations were.
Yeah.
So
Like, you know, like it's just like, you know, it's like when you bargain somebody at like the flea market. They set it at like $20. You say, oh dude, I only got $10. And they're like, oh well, I can go 15. And you meet that
yeah,
sweet spot. But you have to recast her. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sorry. Like I'm sorry to Helena that I'm going to be buying it because it's just Bayonetta. But
Mhm.
once I start playing it, you're going to hear a difference. If you hear
Yes.
Nathan Drake as Nolan North, you know, when you hear him as somebody else, you're going to be like, wait, what the heck happened?
Yep.
Something's
And I'm
wrong.
not saying that, and I'm not saying that, you know, they shouldn't have, like, they should have recast. My thought is, one, voice actors as a whole need to get paid more, especially with these
Oh,
games making millions of
no
dollars,
doubt.
right?
You know,
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean,
No doubt.
if anything, yes, they should have residuals at least.
But at the same time, is if what we're hearing from Jason Schreier is true, you know, and she went from making 250 per session to being offered 4K per session, that's huge. That's a huge jump anyways,
Yeah,
you
that
know.
is.
But if she was really asking for a six-figure salary, so even if we say $100,000, that's a six-figure salary
Mhm.
divided by 5 sessions, so she basically saying she wanted $20,000 per session. And residuals, I think something like that, if you know, if that is true and that's, you know, what she wanted in rebuttal to their negotiations, I can't fault Platinum Games for
Yeah.
going a different route.
No, I get it.
But
And
I think
the other thing is,
maybe
I can't fault Taylor for, you know, shooting her shot.
Yeah.
But
oh no, absolutely
I
not.
think that,
But
but I
you-
think
you
the biggest
can't-
thing is, I think a lot of people's opinion are going to be determined when, like you guys said, if there was negotiating going on, because then once
Yeah.
that breaks,
That
that's
is
gonna
the
determine
smoking
the
gun.
narrative.
That is
Yeah.
literally the smoking gun.
Because now
I-
I'm curious about it too. Like, I mean, first of all, I would ask for what I can for, this is the third iteration of the game. Obviously, it's a set franchise. Dude, it's bound to be successful. It's the third one. So
I mean,
would
once you
take my
hit
chance.
Smash Brothers level in Nintendo,
So I mean,
then
I
you're
take my
like,
chance.
yeah,
Like,
you're
hey,
set.
like you know, I was hoping to get this much, but if she wasn't like willing to negotiate, and that was like her hard, like these are my conditions. Okay, yeah, I totally get it.
Yeah, and I
But,
would, and
you
again,
know.
I would understand from Platinum Games. I would understand like where that whole thing is coming from, but I just cannot say
Welcome,
like,
Big
you
Mo.
know what? I can't be like, hey,
Mo!
I'm on both sides. You know,
Yeah,
I can't because it would be unfair to Helena to say, yo, like, yeah, they got Jennifer Hale, and it's like, oh my god, you have Jennifer Hale now, like, you know, like she's such a big voice actress, you know, like she's, but you can't discredit Jennifer Hale, you can't discredit Helen Taylor. It's I'm just upset that Platinum, again, I just want to know how long the negotiations were.
yeah.
So they even, according to what I'm reading on IGN right now, just trying to find some other information while you're going on it. Apparently, so throughout those negotiations, because it did, after lengthy negotiations, they subsequently went with Jennifer Hale, which, you know, Jennifer Hale's not cheap, given her
Yeah.
472 project
Oh yeah.
history. They even offered Helena Taylor, you know, paying her for her one session fee to just do a cameo. You know, they wanted her still to be part of the game. You know,
Still a slap
So
in the face though, 'cause
that
you're
I
not,
think that's a slap in the face more.
yeah.
So like we've all said though, I think it is so right now so basically it's noted by, there's another reporter that did come out and say that SAG-AFTRA union minimum, which is the voice actors and stuff like that, is $1,000 per session with no residuals. So that's the minimum on a union job, which this was a union job. So therefore, she at least was going to be getting $1,000 per session at a very, very minimum. It is, you know, everything's still coming out of the woodworks and stuff. And this is why I say, no matter what comes out, whatever Helena says, whatever everybody else says, is I think the truth is going to be somewhere in that middle, right?
Yeah.
That they offered her one amount, she went higher. You know, yeah, it's claimed that she wanted 6 figures, but maybe she went higher and like say 50K. She wanted 50K to do the whole thing, you know, which would have been 10,000 per session, right? Or whatever it was, right? And I think that might be more realistic. But even then, it's like they decided they went another route with it.
And I feel bad for Jennifer Hale for getting all that flack.
I do.
I know she's taking it very
once again, all
professionally.
she's doing is just going in trying to get a job, and she got it.
No, well, I mean, I know she's taking it very professionally.
Oh yeah,
You know,
I think
and
so too.
she does a really good job in imitating that voice. But
it's
you're
just enough.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, accepting that job, like you have to understand that you're going to get some flack because it's a dedicated fan.
I mean, it would have been anybody. It would have been flack for anybody.
Yeah, anybody.
It doesn't matter.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Once you, it's like asking, like, what did Jennifer Hale do? Cortana or the princess, or not princess, female shepherd?
She did femshep.
Yeah.
Commander
So
Shepard.
like, if you, for all those that are like listening to it, what if, like, you know, she got replaced out of nowhere, you know, and that's literally what's happening.
Yeah, it would have sounded completely different.
That's literally what's happening right now. You know, you can't. There's one thing when the voice actor or actress wants to step down from the role, but it's a different thing when it's kind of taken from them.
And that's and Tomo's point in the chat is that, you know what, we haven't heard really from Platinum Games or Nintendo. They haven't made comment on it. So right now, what we're going off of is Jason Schreier's insider info. You know, he's got a source that's talked about what some of the negotiations were, and that's what we're going off of. And that's why I think it's going to be in the middle. And I do feel bad for Helena because she is Bayonetta. You look at she is in the Smash Brothers, in the anime, in the games, she is Bayonetta. And to Jason's point, is to longtime Bayonetta fans, it is off. It'd be like replacing Nolan North in Uncharted or you know, Jennifer Hale as Commander Shepard in the Mass Effect games. When you have someone that's doing that voice for so long, it is going to be different.
You'll notice it instantly. You'll feel a little bit off. You'll get over it, which I probably will, but I just you lose a lot of
You're going to lose that like original love of the game, and it's hope going to be that one thing that's missing.
I mean, the thing is, Mo, with that though, is she could have been doing it as a spin on that, saying I was only offered 4,000. She never said it was 4,000 for the whole entire thing or 4,000 per session. She just said she was only offered $4,000. So I think that's PR, you know, in itself.
Both parties handled the responses poorly.
It's poorly, and I say if you're gonna get it. If you're not, then not. You know, don't go in and turn away the work that the devs have done because something didn't go the right way for an actor or something like that. Granted, it sucks. It absolutely does.
It does.
But at the same time, is you have to think about also those people in the
other
studio that put all the work.
Plus people, you know, and that's why I'm saying I am saddened partially to say that yes, I'm still going to get it, because just like Atlas, I love Platinum Games. I love Atlas. It's just they put out the games that I like to play, and
ultimately it's your choice. If you want to play the game, play the game and enjoy it.
Yeah,
I would love to hear, you know, for anybody that rewatches this, you know, on YouTube and whatnot, is leave your comments in the section, because we'd love to see, you know, what everybody else thinks about it. But I do ask that we please be respectful and we don't really just go on the attack.
Yeah.
completely against Jennifer Hale or Helena Taylor either, because like we said, this is all conjecture. This is all being reported.
Wait until the story comes out.
Well,
Wait until it's
I'm
out.
waiting for the full
so,
thing, and we only have about 2 weeks away till it actually launches. So,
but
all the NDAs are going to get chopped off, and then we'll actually hear a lot more of the story once it comes out.
Absolutely. So with that though, I want to thank everybody for crashing game night with us tonight. If you like the conversation that took place tonight, please make sure you hit the follow button on the platform that you are enjoying us on tonight. If it's your first time tuning in, thank you. Hopefully we brought some laughter a little bit tonight and some thoughts on everything going on in the gaming world. If you head on over to crashinggamenight.com, check out some of our past episodes and some of our articles over there. But Theo, we miss you.
Yeah, my man.
I know you're slaving away at the work.
Miss you, brother. But I'll see you tomorrow.
Just remember this, Theo. Be excellent to each other and stay frosty.
Booyah, nerds. That's right. Another one in the bag. But I want to say thank you all for hanging. Thank you for participating in this spirited debate about Bayonetta. Ooh, pew, 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 pew. It's going to be sweet. Step on me. I still love that. Bro, I'd never heard that. That's so
bro. She's the original Step on Me queen.
To everyone, to all of our listeners, to all of our viewers, I would like to speak to all of those individuals. It is that time. To all of those who have been discriminated against, who have been disrespected and publicly abused, to those whose voice is trying to be whose voices are trying to be silenced, to everyone who has just been considered different. You are not alone. There is help out there. So please, if you feel the need, seek it out. And we, the podcast, would also like to say that we are here with you and we support you. And we would like to invite everyone to spread a little bit more compassion, patience, and just a little bit of love, maybe a little bit more, and try and be a little bit better. So let's just try and be better and lend a helping hand. So thank you all, and continue being nerds.
Always be nerds, man.
Like us.
Always.
Be yourself.
Have passion, even when people are like, anyways, guys.
To the lion's mane.
Thank you again for joining us all today, Mo. Good to see you again, my man. But anyways, stay safe out there. It is Halloween season. We are getting all those Halloween parties. Please stay safe. There are a lot more craziness going on. Don't take colored items, just be careful, it's all it is. Just be safe out there. Shout outs to all you guys out there in the Bayonetta universe. I just, I'm torn, but I still will probably get it just because it is a franchise game. It's like getting Uncharted 4. You just gotta get it, and get Lost Legacy. I don't know, but no, I'm just kidding.
That's coming to PC soon.
Anyways, though, guys, be safe out there. I know Theo's not here, so it's gonna be weird, but
just do his sign up. Just do it.
Yeah.
No, just but I like to lead up to it and just be like, yo, my man. But today just can't. It's a little off, but
my man, Lion's Mane.
Little shout out though, just to shout out to Jerry as I'm getting closer to the mic.
Yeah, what's up, yeah?
Guys are just platinum Sekiro for the week, sir.
Booyah, baby!
Just saying.
Congrats, yo.
One platinum down,
That's awesome.
Let's talk more about what we've been playing next week.
That's awesome, bro.
It's okay, but I just want to throw that out there because I know you guys would be so proud of me. All you guys out there, CGM family. Finally just took it down. It took too many years, but
bro, you did. You said mine.
Anyways, guys, it is that time of night. 2TFN. Ta-ta for now.
Good night, everybody.
You said Sekiro, no, and mine.
Hey, Jerry, the belt's coming home with me.